Hi everyone, let's build a data mart together in Power BI. But basically, I'm in Fabric Workspace, which you can actually switch also from here to Power BI view. But currently, this is the Fabric view. But what is a Power BI data mart? A Power BI data mart is a self-service analytics feature that allows users to build a complete analytical solution, meaning it includes data ingestion, modeling, storage. You won't even have to need the help of IT personnel or external databases whenever you are using a data mart. So I will create a data mart, but before then, you need a workspace. I have a workspace here already that I call data mart workspace. So I will just create a new data mart inside this workspace. So remember, you need a workspace. Within that workspace, you can impute in your data mart. I have like two data marts previously. I can just click on new item and you'll be able to have access to a lot of all these new items. But I'm looking for data mart. One good thing in Power BI is you can search here data mart, and you can see that it's currently in preview. Provide strategic insight from multiple sources into your business focused or departmental data. You have finance, you have IT. You can create IT data mart, finance data mart, so that every data is already filtered like a row level security on this data. So let me click on the data mart. You need to first give it a name: test data mart. So let's create. Take some time to create. So it loads. Now it creates a lot of things. So your data mart will be creating a data mart and a semantic model, which was previously called a data set. So you'll be having data mart, semantic model, and you can also create a data flow inside your data mart. You can use data flow inside your data mart. Let's hold on. So as you can see, we have two queries loaded already. My queries, shared queries, but then Datamart takes a while to load, so it keeps loading. Let's see. Finally, we have our Datamart, and we know the name of our Datamart is Test Datamart. Inside this Datamart now, you can use SQL, SQL query inside the Datamart. You can even get data just like you get it from anywhere like Power Query. So let's try to get data. So for this demo, I will just impute in a CSV or Excel data point into my data mart. Now I have that here. I have Excel. I can get Excel. See it like your normal Power BI desktop. So I can get from data flow. I can get data. I can even use data flow to get my data. But in this demo, I'll be getting data from Excel workbook. And the next thing is for you to give where your file path is. You can browse this or you upload directly from here. So I can use this upload or I browse. So irrespective of whatever I want to do, let's look at how to do that. Let's browse. So browsing, you have this. So once you click on this browse file, it takes you to your folder. You can either upload the file into your OneDrive, or if you have the data previously in your OneDrive, you can just load it directly. So I have the data previously, Adventure Works here. I'll just select it, or you just click on new folder, or you upload a new file. You can upload a new file from here, file or folder directly, so that it goes to your OneDrive because you are picking this data from OneDrive, right? So now I can just select that, it loads, and then everything should seem fine. You can just click on next. Then it connects your data and pull in your data from OneDrive to your data mart. Let's hold on. As you can see, the data is currently loading. We have about how many? We have a lot of tables in it that you can now use pretty much. We have customer, you can just select it. Once I select it, basically, I think the data is still loading. Let's hold on a bit. Once it finishes loading, you should be able to select related tables here. So let me just select all the tables that we need: customer, data, product. Yeah, I need reseller, I need the sales, I need the sales order, then sales territory. Every other thing is just a duplicate because the sheet and the table. So customer data is the same thing as the customer we have here. So it's just a customer table there, then there is a customer data sheet. So I think that will be all that I need. I can click on transform to transform the data, and then you see that it takes me to Power Query. So one good thing about Datamart is that Datamart combine data flows, SQL database, and a data set into one. So you can load, transform, model, and query data in one place. Perfect for self-service BI. So basically, I have all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 still loading. Now I have the data loaded already, so there is no transformation that I intend to do at this level. And so let's just take it as simple as it is. So no transformation, I have everything, I have my date table, I have everything all sorted out. If you have noticed that everything is fine, then you can click on save, which is just like your apply, save and apply. So I've clicked on the save. Let's hold on. Then it takes you to this page where you see that your data is being loading. It's loaded, it will be loaded into your data mart, and you see it's creating relationship, starting the data load, it will load data, then wrap all things up. This might take some minutes, so you have to hold on at this level. As you can see, now we are loading the data. 0 rows completed, so it loads everything. Yeah, it's pretty much moving fast there. And as you don't need external SQL server for data mart. So basically, it's just fantastic. It's amazing. It's more like a database, everything you can think of in one place. So everything is just wrapping up at the moment here, and now is loading. Now we are back to our data mart. As you can see, we have my queries and we have the tables. So a fantastic thing about data mart is that you can now write a SQL query within here. So let us just say, okay, we have a new SQL query and I want to just write maybe from the sales. So just say, all right, select the intelligence should be able to complete this for me. Select, let's say, top 10 from, then basically what you can do, you can even drag and drop. So from model.sales, that is what they call it. I could even remove the schema and just say from sales. So top 10, top, oh, top 10 from sales. So then when you have this, you can run the query. Oh, there's a syntax error. Top 10 asterisk from sales. Wow. So this is top 10 asterisk from sales, and it can do a whole lot of things. Where select top 10 or select asterisk from sales, where let's look at reseller key. Where reseller key, this is the reseller key, where reseller, reseller key is greater than, let's say, 500. We can remove the top now from here. So select asterisk from sales where reseller key is greater than 500. You can close it with a semicolon and let's run. You see the seconds that is taking at the bottom here. Oh, yeah, these are this is everything we have. So I can eventually save my query. Whatever query you have, you can even save it so that anytime you come to your to this particular page, which is your data mart, you can you can see that the query that you have this query has been saved. So reseller key greater than 500. Yeah, reseller key greater than 500. Rename. So that should be our query. So if I come back here, I will see every query that I have written. So that is one good thing that you can actually get from Datamart. So let's close here and go back to as our Power BI and see how we can pull data directly from Datamart. So I have this now and I can actually just go back to my workspace, going to my workspace, and I will notice now that within the workspace, and the workspace is called Datamart workspace. What we just created now is this one here. And if you want to see it, you can see that this is the Datamart and this is the semantic model that was created along with the Datamart. The semantic model now have the data set that we loaded inside our Datamart. So I will now connect Power BI to our data mart so that we can do some from the Power BI desktop. You can connect your data mart from here. Just click on get data, and as you can see, is either you use this one here or you use the get data at the top here. So currently I use the one at the top, and while that is loading, now we have it here. You can use the search bar to search for data mart. Just MA, data MA is enough. It filters it out. You're able to see your data mart. You can connect to it from there and hold on while it loads into your workspace. Yes, it has displayed all the workspaces that I have and the data mart that I have within those workspaces. So what I want to do is the one I newly created is the test data that sits in the data mart workspace. There is another test data mart that sits in data demo 2 workspace. But this is the one I want to use because it has some data. And within here, you can also see here that you have connect or you connect to SQL endpoint. But for this demo, I will just be connecting to I'll connect to directly to the data mart tables so that I'll be able to filter whichever tables that I need. Okay, it's loading. Remember that this might take some time, so just take your coffee and relax. Everything is coming up gradually. And now our data is set to go. As you can see from here, no data view. You just need to connect at the model view. So for the model, I have my sales, which should be the FAT, and every other thing connects to sales. So let's try to connect from product to product key. So let's drag that to product key. That connection should be made. So apparently, and also I will then move to from product key reseller also should be have its own connection. So pretty much is the model you can do here. If you click on, you will see now at this level there is no relationship at all created. If you click on everything here, no relationship has been shown. So you can make a relationship from product key to your sales key. So for this, the relationship is not being created. The relationship is not being created because we didn't define the relationship from data mart when we were creating it. So but basically, you can as well come in here now and say, okay, I want my sales. Let me see, sales amount. What happens if I select sales amount and then select other things? For some funny reason, as you can see, I've selected sales from the sales table and also customer from the customer table because there is no relationship between them. It's coming out weird. Okay, so let's go back to the model view. You see the model view here, you don't practically do any connection from here. So normally we should be able to have customer key relate to customer key in the sales table, customer key of the customer table to customer key of the sales table. But then let's go back to the web. Let's go back to the web and go check it out. So when you get to the web in your data mart here, this is the data view. The query view, the query you wrote will be at the bottom here. The query view is the second one here, while the last one will be your model view. That is where we need to go to. So once we connect the model at Power BI service, we can refresh it at the desktop level. So let's do customer key to sales. Let me bring the sales down to this place, and I say customer key will connect to sales here. Yeah, to customer key one to many relationship. Let's make that happen. So once you do that, I will do the rest now. For date key, I will just look for date in the sales table, and I want to use other date. I want to connect other date. Let's say date key to other date, other date, other date. So make that happen. Make that happen. That I can make other date key not active, right? So let's pull this down and pull this up. So other date might not be active. So date key again to what other date do we have? Due date, but this will not be active. So one to many is fine because we can't have more than one active relationship. So definitely this one will be dotted lines. I think there's another date here that we call the ship date. Yeah. So date key again to ship date. So that is how you are building your model gradually so that you can use. Okay, so that is also there. Now for product key to product key, let's do that. Oh, product key, yeah, and we make that active. Yeah, it's one to many. We're fine with that. I'll just do the rest. Everything is completed now. Our relationship seems fine and good. So it's a star schema. All of them all have relationship with the sales. So now that this is done, if you go to the data view, nothing happens at Datamart in the cloud. So let's go back to our Power BI. Now we are back to Power BI. All you just need to do is refresh. You just refresh because everything is synced already. As you can see, yeah, refresh work. Now everything is changing from what I can see here. If we go back to the model, you see the relationship now is transcended into the desktop from the cloud. So this is how you can connect your Power BI data mart to Power BI desktop and make everything automatic. So you don't necessarily have to do any modeling. Your modeling is done on the cloud while you just use your refresh at this level. Nobody will be having access to the data model at this level. All they just have access to is to create measure here. In fact, you can even create your measure on the cloud and allow them to just drag and drop and put in whatever tables they need to put in. So at this level, I can also say I want to say sales and also the country, sales territory. Let's go to sales territory. From sales territory, I want to see country. So that means country and sales territory. At this level, you see what you can say here, sales. So United States has the highest sales, and you can even convert this to say a map visualization. You can actually do the map directly from the cloud, make it a map and just change the data type to map and the like. So this is how you can connect your data mart to your Power BI desktop and have your data in such a manner in which everything is synced together with what you have on the cloud. Let me know if you find this interesting. I know it's a long one. Please pause, fast forward, try, and also note that I'm using the trial version. I'm using the trial version. You can see here that this is a trial version, and if you have trial version, you can try this out as well. And the workspace that was created was in a Fabric workspace. So Fabric workspace or premium capacity workspace will be able to have data mart. So you can see here, this is Fabric content. So that is the data mart can sit in that workspace. It can't sit in any other workspace that is not having capacity. So pretty much, let me know in the comment section if you find this interesting. Please give me a follow, give it a like, and also put in comment. Thank you.